Hey Hillary, how you doing? All right, so yeah, it's time consuming, but the neat thing about this project and this technique is that you get really good pretty darn quick. I'm sure you've noticed yourself improving just working on the project. So I just was mentioning to Samantha that quite often I get students that do the first, then they do the second, third, they do the fourth. By the time they're done with the fourth, the technique has improved so much that they end up going back and doing the first one over again. It happens all the time. So you definitely get quick. So it's time consuming now because you're figuring things out, but once you do, it'll fly. I promise. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, good start. Good start, definitely. I think you've got, well, we'll talk about these separately. So in Bruce here, you've got a pretty good start. I think that's really, really super close to the shape of his face. I think right now his chin's a little longer than what we see here. So think about that. I think in both illustrations, your skin tones are really, really dark, too dark. So I think that you should lighten that up considerably. Think about the relationships here between the different tones of his face, not the hue, not the color, but the tones. And think about that. You want to depict those tones. You're doing a nice job here, keeping it minimal. Restraint is the name of the game here. You don't want to do too much to the tonal variation. And I'm going to use this, Jennifer. I'm going to use this as the example. Where am I? You use this as an example right here. So as you can see, this deep tonal variation here starts to create a zombie-esque kind of look. And you don't want that. So good job showing restraint in your tone, but definitely want to pay attention to the skin, the value itself, which I think this is really dark. Good job on the eyes. Very, very, very important. The eyes, that's where every viewer is going to look first in this. You've got to get the eyes down. Nice reflections. Good job developing the shape of the eyes, the pupils, and the tonal range is associated as well. I think the hair needs help. Definitely in both of these, the hair definitely is going to be a really, really super important deciding factor on the success here. One thing about Bruce is if you know his personality, it was always leather jacket and a bandana. So we want to definitely try to allude to that. If you don't feel you want to, you can go ahead and crop closer. And that'll make things a lot easier. So if you watch a crop there, that would be about the size of one of the postage stamps, right? That way, all you have to deal with really is the collar, which he always had his collar flipped. Well, most of the time anyway. So this is a pretty old image too. So yeah, work on the hair and the tonal. Look at right here, for instance, you got some white specular highlight on the lower lip, and I don't really see that here. So you really want to get in there and get some detail down. Now Jimmy is a little bit different now, and the reason I say that is because right now we're looking at almost a complete oval shape for the face, but he does not. That's not an oval face. He's got a pretty chiseled face. I mean, if you take a look here, you got that nice divot there in the cheekbones, really representing those cheeks. He's got great cheekbones, so we want to get those in there. Along with the eyes, I think the eyes need to be a little darker. I mean, these are really super light. You want to definitely depict those tonal variations there, especially the way those pupils are really super dark and almost fall into the shadows themselves. The eyebrows themselves, and we can see the shapes of the eyebrows. Right now, his nose looks a little too thin here, but the shape of the eyebrow almost starts where the nose ends, and it all goes all the way clear into the shadow of the hair. So definitely want to depict that. Got that mustache that came down all the way down a little bit further here, so it didn't end quite. So I think that shadow right there, maybe that mustache, maybe it needs to be a little bit longer. Little darkness in the lips. Definitely got this really chiseled cheek right here. This jaw structure right here. It's not round at all. It's actually really angular. Got the dimple and the dimensions in the chin. You want to add those. Then we start into the shadow area. So definitely want to start to try to pick that. The hair is going to be interesting, to say the least. So yeah. So you'll get it. It's a great start, fantastic start. Really super impressed, not only with yours, but all of them. I mean, there's just so much great stuff going on here. I'm just fantastic. I'm loving it. Okay, so all right, Hillary. So really good job, awesome. And that was all right, cool. All right, any questions at all? Please let me know. Thank you.